whoever watching this video. I am Nitish. So this video is intended to give you a walkthrough of how to use the Trello app in order to manage our placements at our college. So before watching this video, I would actually recommend you to go through the document which I have shared. So this document completely speaks about why and how to use Trello, but in terms of text. So this video is intended to give you a walkthrough on how to use it instead. So it is important to read the document before coming here and watching the video. So read that document, come back if you haven't yet. So soon after, once you Google search for Trello, you can go to this website, log in or sign up if you haven't. So I already had the account, so I'm logging it. Always use Google to log in or sign up. So continue with Google. So this will automatically log you in. So once you are into the Trello, there are multiple options. Click on the boards. So here you can see 2023 placements is the board which I have created. So we can directly open that board and you can see multiple lists here. So each one of these is called list. So this is a list, this is a list. So each list has a heading to it: backlog, collecting data, data sent, and all these things. So let's understand how to create a card. So in order to get all these definitions, please read the document first. Read everything from the document and come here. So basically all these are lists. So in order to create a card, first you need to create a card in the backlog section. Always create a card in the backlog section. As soon as we got a placement, click on create from the template. So this can be done by the placement officer or any subordinate. So once we got the mail from any company, always create a card. Click on create from template. Click on create from template. So we have a standard template here. So we can create the card from the template. So template automatically populates everything. So what we can do is select this template. As of now, we only have one template. So always select this, and we need to rename this. So company name, replace it with company. Let's assume it's Oracle. And if it is intern, leave intern or full time, based on the hiring process. So it's a full time offer. So Oracle full time. Create card. So once we create the card, that's not it. So as soon as we create the card, we need to edit a lot of things within the card. So the labels are not properly adjusted. So we can click on labels, uncheck all the labels which are not suitable for this particular card. So Oracle is Super Dream offer, so we need to remove Dream and Super Dream. And Oracle is only allowing circuit branches, so all other branches should be unchecked. So CSEC Triple is only allowed, and both regular and IDP are allowed, so let it be as it is. So basically we need to adjust these labels and check them whichever are not suitable for the particular company hiring. So this is done. So all this is description, so don't change any part of the description, let it be. Description contains all the instructions for TPO, PCs, and also what you need to do after data collection. I have also attached the link to the document, so anytime if you forget something or don't know about anything, you can go to the document and read again and understand. So let's go through other things. Members, when you click on member section, you can assign this card to any of the placement coordinators. So once we add all the placement coordinators here, all the board members, all the coordinators will be listed down here. So we can assign this card to any candidate or multiple candidates. So search for the candidate and assign them. Labels we have already seen. Checklist is not needed. Dates, now we need to set a deadline at each stage. So first stage is collecting data. So for collecting the data, let's set a deadline 3 days from now maybe, and we set a reminder 1 day before. So once we save it, this deadline has been set. If in case submission has happened before the deadline, we can check this to close the deadline. So basically deadline is used to get a reminder before a particular date. So that is the deadline. And attachments, so I always recommend we get many documents and formats from the company, right? So those documents can be attached here from the computer, and all those relevant documents for a particular company, job descriptions and formats can be attached here. Scroll down, and in the comment section I would recommend to add all the main details about the that particular company. I would recommend maybe TPO or their subordinates must do this activity. So once all this is done, make sure this is assigned to a particular placement coordinator, and he should take it forward for the next steps. So this is all for this particular card. Now once all these things are done, so labels, deadline, adding relevant attachments and assigning it to a particular member. That is completely done with this card. And a few more things, people can comment here and also tag other candidates. So this will be used, this is used to make conversations about this particular hiring process. So please use comment section, and all the activities regarding to this card will be noted down here. So if in case any misuse or any mistakes happen, we can go to activity and see all the changes happened so far. So this is activity session, this is comments, and that's all from the card. So once it is done, we can close it, so it is automatically there. So the next step is collecting data. So as soon as we assign it to placement coordinators, we need to move this card to collecting data, and thereby for each step we can like do, once the data is submitted, we can check this box and also change the deadline for next step. Maybe we will be sending this sending it to company, and we need to set a deadline in order to reach out to the company again if in case they don't respond. So once we move to another list, we go there, change the deadline, and add any comments if in case required. So this way this card moves one by one, and in the meantime, every time we get a shortlist from the company, please add them to attachment section. Also add a comment saying that so and so things happened and all, so that everything will be noted down in the comment section and also in the attachments. And if in case you need a reminders, use deadlines, use due date in order to set the deadlines. So that's all. Once everything is done, this card will be going to finalized section. Just in case if you have created a wrong card, so if you have created a wrong card and you want to delete it, so it is not directly called it as delete here. So here it is called as archive. So if you want to delete a card, you can click on archive and it will be deleted. So let's say this is not relevant or maybe created by mistake, you can click on archive. See, that is disappeared from the board. So that is all. We can actually see all the archived cards by going into archive section. That's not required as of now, but yeah, you can click on archive. So I have deleted Oracle card. One more thing, I have added limitations and cautions here. So being it a free usage application, there are some limitations. So everyone on the board has equal rights, so this shouldn't be misused. Only TPO should add new users to the board. So anyone can add users to the board, but make sure this is a rule that TPO can add the members to the board. As a result, no unwanted people will be entering here. Cards should be moved here. Cards should not be moved here and there because it might lead to confusion, and make sure everyone be responsible. And main important thing is attachment size is limited to 10 MB. There is no chance that we have these job descriptions and other things to reach more than 10 MB, but if in case there is any item which we want to attach and it is of more than 10 MB, we can upload it to Google Drive and add the link here instead of attaching here. So now keep this in mind, and that's it. So that's all in terms of cautions and limitations. For our information, I have created a card here for cautions and limitations. So please don't delete it from here, so that people get to know that these are the limitations and cards. So coming to adding people to this board, what one can do, this should be done by the placement officer only. Once as I have suggested, make sure please recommend every placement coordinator to create a separate email for placement activities. So it can be of standard format, and make them create a Trello account. So ask them to sign up into the Trello and ask them collect all those email IDs. Once we collect all the email IDs, we can add those email IDs, let's say abc@gmail.com and so on. We can add copy paste all those email IDs here and click on share. So once we click on share, all of them will get an email saying that you are invited to this board, and they can just directly land on this board and they can start using this board. So with this share board tab, we can give accesses to people who are signed up to Trello using their email ID. So this is one thing. And finally, as we know, there is already a template to create cards. So this template, you can, if you want to make changes to this template, you can click on this template and click on edit this template. So you can make changes to this template from this section. Again, I think this is not necessary, at least for now, but if you want, make sure this is an important activity and should be carefully done. So this is also a feature, so I am just giving it for your overview. And finally, I created this board for 2023 placements. Let's say if you want to create another board for 2024 placements, or maybe for PG or UG, you need a separate board. Again, go to board section, click on create new board and add the board title, and you can copy paste everything from this board, including the template, and create a copy. That's how you can create more and more boards. So yeah, this is a short overview of Trello boards and how to use them. I hope it will add a lot more ease to our placements process, and believe more such technologies and improvements will be brought to various processes of our college. So yeah, this is Nitish. Thank you.